What's up guys, here I am again with another update video. It's actually been an entire year since my last one. Time goes fast these days. So in this video, I just wanted to talk about what's been going on in the past year and kind of my heart when it comes to YouTube and like content creating. I know I've made videos similar to this in the past, but it seems like each year I get less and less consistent with making videos. So I was going to address that. And yeah, so since last October, which was my most recent update video before this, lots of things have happened. Got married, been married for 6 months now. It's been very exciting times. I got to go overseas and teach art for a week in Ireland this summer in July. That was pretty cool. And as a fundraiser for that, I helped at Longview's Go Forth event at the Hawaiian booth. I moved from one part of Longview to another since I got married and we live together now in a little studio apartment in town. I'm dancing more now because I volunteered to create a swing dancing curriculum for the art school that I'm working at on Wednesdays. I put a lot of effort into this curriculum and it is pretty sick, if I do say so myself. Of course, I'm still making some alterations to it, this being the first year that I have used it, so I'm gonna be fixing it up and modifying what things do and don't work throughout the term. I also made a curriculum for the little kids music class, which I'm also teaching there. Since launching myself as a creative entrepreneur and offering music services and art teaching services and things like that, you can check out on my website in the description below. I've gotten a few hits. I'm not terribly busy with those things. I have a part-time job in Vancouver just to cover the bills each month while I'm still trying to get my business really gaining momentum. Lord help me, I know I've been saying for a long time now that I'm gonna take music more seriously. I'm gonna take music more seriously. And I am. Before the year ends, I am planning to do some local shows, just going to some bars and cafes and stuff and playing live. And just getting myself out there and just playing. Doesn't matter who shows up, doesn't matter how much money I make for the events. Because originally, my plan was to like release an EP or an album and then start going venue to venue so that when I do play live, I can be like, hey, you can actually find these songs that you're hearing online. You can go to XYZ place to get my original music. I've since found that that's not the most effective way. And there's no money in originals, unfortunately. So for the venues that allow it, it's more profitable to do covers and just get yourself out there before people start asking who you are. There is no linear plan, basically. Just do what it takes. So yeah, basically I'm gonna start doing open mic nights and just playing live, playing covers, so people can just start hearing my voice and my playing. By the way, there's my cat. She's been whining at me because she thinks it's dinner time. But she is, as of August, a year old now. And she is such a good girl. And I love her. And Christina loves her. Look at her. Yeah, she's a little spoiled. She is a little bit of a princess. But she has been actually a really good cat. She's very, very smart and very happy and loving. She's never lashed out at us, like with her claws, other than playing. She doesn't understand that her claws hurt, but she's never lashed out in anger and like hurt us out of upsetness. And we think that's gonna be a really good thing for our future family. But she's just a lady. It's actually quite funny that I mentioned some computer issues last update video because I've had to wipe my computer and I've lost a couple programs and I can't afford a subscription to Adobe anymore. And so basically I'm working with scraps, with free programs, and the free programs are honestly not that bad. So I'm having to test a new video program with this video called DaVinci Resolve. It's a free beta-based program. And for music production, I'm now using Cakewalk by BandLab. Got a few pros and cons to it. One of the cons being that it only allows me to do 16 tracks, and it's a browser-based thing. I consider that a con. Some people consider it a pro. But the pros are, it's free, and it has some pretty decent, like, MIDI controls and things like that. So I am still working on releasing my own music. As a matter of fact, I have a single coming down the pipes pretty soon here. Yes, another single. And then I will be working on my acoustic albums. Rather, I should be working on it as we speak. But I'm gonna release an EP with about 5 or 6 songs that are some of my older songs. And then I have a layout. I promise. I know I said this last year, but I have a layout of the next album that's going to be after this EP with all new songs that no one has ever heard. It's just very, I can't afford to pay a producer. And so I'm having to learn the production process and the mixing and all of that, those nightmares by myself. Yeah, I'm learning things from the ground up, and it's been a journey. It's been rough. I have not been motivated to do it, but I really want to. It is something I want to do. I want to get my original music out there because I believe in the message of my songs, and I think that's very important for our society today. On a less deep topic than, society and philosophical things, I am trying to be more consistent on TikTok than I am on YouTube. So what's happened to me is, over the years of fighting these battles, having a lot of self-growth and some perspective and looking inward and stuff, and having conversations with other people, I learned that I am just so not a content creator. I find it exhausting to even think to try to, I've tried doing the consistency thing, like, posting a video a week or once a month, or shoot, even once a year at this point, but I got a couple fun videos out this year. I've been aware of the social media presence, but I've never been able to fully grasp how content creators can just machine out content all the time. I'm like, man, I should be doing that, but I just can't. And one very wise friend put it to me. She said, "You're not a content creator per se. You are someone who creates things with meaning. You're someone who, when you have something to say, it's something that's good and, important, and it, means something to you. So you're motivated to create videos, to create art, not to create content." So that's this perspective I've taken on YouTube, is just having it be something that's really meaningful to me rather than just trying to put something out there. So that energy, the putting stuff out there, is going to TikTok, and even then I've slowed down on that. Also, another point that I forgot to mention, where I was going with that was that being a content creator doesn't really mean anything anymore, or at least it doesn't have as impactful of a meaning. And I know I'm gonna sound like hipster and being like, oh, well, this isn't cool anymore, or it's not like it was, or blah, blah, blah. But honestly, I was inspired to create content. The reason I started YouTube, after watching those older YouTubers' sketches that I really liked, was that I had come up with similar ideas, and I had these sketches in my head, and I was thinking, man, these would be really funny, and I thought they were clever, and I wanted to have my friends involved. And when I did sketches, it was it was a collaborative thing, and it was we wrote the script out and everything and made it this whole journey of creating the video, not just pushing out something for someone to watch mindlessly. But the point was to insert some sort of message, or a moral, or just to be funny. But content creator, now that title has a completely different taste to people, Because I feel like a lot of people today, when you say, oh, content creator, you think of like just people on TikTok that are talking about the lunch that they had, or they have to get something out every day, so they're just going to talk about the random encounter they had while walking down the street that was kind of rude but kind of mediocre. You know, being a content creator, not only have my goals just shifted in general, but I have also kind of that small contrarian spirit that says like, no, I don't think I am a content creator because I don't like the type of look that gives you thanks to other more bland content creators, if that makes any sense. So TikTok is basically a business platform for me. That's what I'm trying to do with it. I've gotten some strong hit videos that have been kind of memes. Most of my silly videos are the ones that's reached the furthest, but then I've pinned my videos on TikTok that I actually want people to see when they visit my profile, to know what I'm about, things like that. So I'm hoping that by the end of this year, or going shortly into next year, that I'll have at least a couple of YouTube videos. I have some solid ideas. It's just finding the time and the motivation for them, since I'm doing like, 2 or 3 jobs a week. So yeah, I have some video ideas, and I also wanted to know like what the real interest was in my Music Vista podcast that I started a while back. I like it, and I would want to continue doing the podcast. It's just like, again, it's just another thing for me to like do and not really profit off of. Not that I want everything that I do to have a profit, but also we're a single income family, and I'm also doing very niche things as an entrepreneur. So there's not a whole lot of money in that, and we're lucky and very blessed to have this home that we have. But that's what's been going on with me. I started YouTube because I gotta admit, I produce what I consume, and in my developing years, from my early teens and on, I consumed a lot of YouTube, and there was a lot of people on YouTube that I looked up to. And back in my day, it sounds super boomer of me to say this, but like YouTube was something way different. So back in like the mid to late 2000s to early 2010s, like what I was seeing out of YouTube was like very like real communities, and content creators that were distinct, and they had very effective videos, and they would tell stories, and they would do things like do covers and things like, and those things really inspired me. I followed a lot of cover artists, and like acapella was a huge thing, and then acapella and medleys, like mashups of songs, those were hit things in the early 2010s. And then, sketch artists like Olin Rogers and Ryan Higa, Smosh, Rhett and Link, Julian Smith, and Jeffrey Dallas. So that was what I wanted to do. But YouTube isn't the same place now. It's more of a corporate thing, and I missed that train of opportunity. I was too young, and now YouTube is too obsolete to kind of maintain that sort of thing. Of course, I could spend way more effort putting way more quality into my videos and actually like prioritizing YouTube itself and just doing sketches and just doing things that the YouTube algorithm likes, but that's not something that my heart desires so much as just living in the moment and living out the music stuff and being married, which was like pretty much my top 1 bucket list item, and just kind of living a full life. And I feel like, that's another aspect of new YouTube, is like, you're either with the algorithm and you're making bank, or you have like authentic people that are actually like younger people that are actually realizing the error of the social media phase, the social media generation. I feel like younger people are starting to be like, wait a minute, this was detrimental to our health. But that's for another video. Comment below if you want me to talk more about my opinions on that.
That was getting a little sidetracked, but
I'm still on Fiverr. I've made a good amount of dollars from doing online singing stuff for other producers, and I'm still available for those of you who want to learn art and color pencil and drawing, specifically how to see with your right brain. That's the kind of thing that I teach when it comes to drawing. And then I can teach vocals. If you've heard my singing before, maybe that excites you. Or I can help on film sets, and I can teach swing dancing, and I can play music. So I can offer my playing of music, or I can offer you lessons related to music. So if you know anyone that's interested in the creative arts, please feel free to send them my way. I am in the Cowlitz County in Washington. That's my kind of general area, but I'm willing to go down to Multnomah, even Clackamas County. I'm willing to go up a little ways. I just don't know much about anything north of the Cowlitz County besides like Seattle, which I don't know if I'm willing to go there. I'm definitely not willing to go there. That's like 3 or 4 hours away. So yeah, that's my update video. So I have like nearly 300 subscribers, okay? I know I have some fans out there, but you guys are silent. It would really help if you guys kind of let me know your thoughts on my channel and what you would like to see, and if you care about this or my life at all. So yeah, I kind of need your help. My wife has been really good at, trying to support my passions and the things that I've been wanting to do, but it's very hard in this economy, as you all know, and it's been very interesting, but very fulfilling, just taking the leap of faith and doing what I feel like God has called me to do, because, to be honest with you, as like financially tight as things are, I have never been more excited about life. Like, quitting my job, moving up here, getting married, and then doing this art thing, God's never failed to provide for us, having taken that leap of faith. So, yeah, that's about it. It's gonna be about it. You'll be surprised with my next update video that's gonna be 6 months to a year from now. Trust me, you're gonna be surprised. But for now, bye.